Good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and paranormal enthusiasts. Welcome to Exploring the Supernatural. We've been a little pressed to find some subject matter to be the main focus of tonight, but we have a number of items to discuss. One of the things that I wanted to share with y'all and get you ready for, and I'll send you some links later in an email, we received a donation of this DJI Action 4 camera. It's a camera that I have it on the chest harness so it can be worn like a body cam. But it has a ton of attachments that came with it. We've got attachments to mount it on the dashboard or the windshield of a vehicle. It's got my camera's not liking the view here. Anyway, it's got a yellow float for when it's in the water. Now, this camera is waterproof as long as that glass lens is over the lens. Now, with this camera thing attached to it, the float, you can take it in the water, and it's good to 60 feet of water. So you could reasonably get it wet in most environments that we're going to get in. It's got some tripods in here, some different attachments for mounting it to the handlebars of a bicycle, helmets. It's also got some straps for mounting it on your wrist. I don't think I want to go around looking like Zig Heil Hitler fanatic with a camera on my arm. Besides, my arm will get tired. But it's got a lot of attachments that we need to learn about. So anyway, I will send you a link to that camera, and I'll send you a link to a video about it so you can learn more about that particular camera. And so if we're on an investigation and you wind up using that camera, you'll know how to use it. Jarrell, you want to share about your camera?
I do. Give me a minute. I got to go off screen for a second.
Okay.
I use a Polaroid, which is a action camera. I don't exactly recall the identification number on it, but it was a $29 deal for those of you who are looking for a action camera that's on a budget like me and my family. It's very budget friendly. It does have a little pros. It has a few cons as well, but I use it and I really love it. It takes 720p resolution video. One tip note, if you do get one, adjust your EV lighting, because some of the videos on YouTube that have advertised it, they didn't adjust their EV lighting. It does have very basic settings. It's not like the higher end 4K cameras or any of those. It's one button touch. It's got a picture setting and a video setting. So I highly recommend it for those of us and those of you out there that are on a very tight budget. This camera, I'm trying to get it to turn around so you can see the other side. Unfortunately, it's not cooperating with my disability today. But it's an orange camera. It is waterproof up to 3 feet. So for, if you want to go for a swim, don't take it the 8 foot or the 5 feet deep in, but, always stay within your 3 feet perimeter. But other than that, it's a great little camera. I like it and it works. It's got about a 4-hour battery life. I could plug mine in on my wheelchair, though. I got an adapter for my chair so I could charge it. Awesome. So anyway, budget friendly. Just keep that in mind. You can find them on Amazon. Some Walmarts have them, some Walmarts don't. And again, they're very budget friendly. They're below $30. So thank you, John, and I will turn it back over to John.
Okay. Another thing on the agenda for us to talk about is that Saturday night, August the 19th, there is at the Spirit Gallery located at 1900 Blaylock Road, Suite J, John Capella, who is a person, a psychic that we've met a number of times. He's a very good psychic. He's a friend of a number of us that have been on the team a long time. We've had a dinner with him. We've gone to a number of his events. Well, he's having an event at this address on Blaylock. The price for a ticket is $35. So anyway, if you're interested in going to it, if you'll check on our site, we have a thing there that shows an event, and you can purchase your ticket online. It's $35 online, $40 at the door. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what else I had on that email. Uh, One of the things that I had wanted to talk to you about is that we're doing right now, we're in the Clairs, posting a bunch of Clairs for our paranormal term of the day. And we had a Claire audience today, was the paranormal term of the day. And on one of the sites, we had a comment from a young lady by the name of Katie Snyder. And she says that I actually found something that keeps negative entities at bay. It's a device that puts out 40 hertz of EMS, simulated gamma rays in your brain. It numbs the frequency. These little nasty boogers ride on keeping them out of your head so you don't hear, feel, smell, or taste them. And then there was a guy that comments on a lot of our things as thanking her for sharing. And I told him that it's called the Schulman resonance generator. It will generate that 40 hertz cycle. Now, some of what she was saying didn't quite make sense to me. So I went over and asked Google Gemini, what's the deal on this 40 hertz frequency? Here's what it's telling me. 40 hertz EMS and brain activity. Research suggests that 40 hertz stimulation, often in the form of light, sound, or tactile vibration, can influence gamma brain waves. Gamma waves are associated with various cognitive functions, including attention, memory, and information processing. Some preliminary studies indicate potential benefit of 40 hertz stimulation for cognitive function, and there's ongoing research into its effect on conditions like Alzheimer's and other forms of cognitive impairment. As for repelling negative energies and being a repelling device, the concept of a negative entity is not recognized or supported by mainstream science. It falls within the realm of paranormal beliefs and spiritual practices. There is no scientific evidence to support the existence of devices that can specifically repel negative energies using electromagnetic fields or other technology. While there are devices marketed towards paranormal investigations, such as EMF meters, these are designed to detect electromagnetic fields present in the environment and are not scientifically proven to ward off supernatural phenomena. Now, what I'm reading out of this is that when you generate this 40 hertz frequency, it causes the brain to gamma rays to change, and it synchronizes with the 40 hertz, which then blankets your mind and silences the voices that you're hearing. And it's not really driving the negative energy away or the negative entities, as that she called it. It's just quieting your brain down so it doesn't receive that signal. So in a way, she's right, but in a way, the way it works, the way she describes it working is wrong. Effectiveness of the described device. While the 40 hertz EMS component might have some potential effects on brain activity related to cognition based on research, there's no scientific basis to claim that it can specifically keep negative energies at bay. Claims about devices protecting against paranormal entities are generally not supported by scientific evidence and often fall in the category of pseudoscience. In conclusion, While the 40 hertz frequency might have certain effects on brain activity, the claim that the device emitting simulated gamma rays can repel negative energies is not supported by scientific evidence. It's important to be critical of such claims and rely on information from reputable scientific sources. If you are concerned about negative energies or energies that might consider exploring practices from spiritual or cultural traditions, but understand that these are based on belief systems rather than scientific validation. Now, there is scientific validation for other frequencies and how they do brain entrainment and how they affect you. So these frequencies can affect the body and how you do things. And the if you're subjected to the frequency for a while, you start to synchronize with it. You resonate with that frequency, and it changes how you perceive and receive signals. So I have to say that this report from Gemini is not entirely accurate. One other thing I want to do, I want to share my screen. And come on, share screen. While I'm doing this, I need to share the sound, optimize for a video clip, because we're going to go to a video clip here in just a minute. Okay, here you see a page from Amazon, and you can see that this is the one of the things featured here is this $43, and it's either $69.99, one or the other of those two prices, that you can order these from Amazon, which you can see here. I have to relate to you that I am an Amazon affiliate, and if you go through our site, click on our link, we'll get a small commission on the sale of this device. Otherwise, we're going to get no money from it if you go direct. If you go from our link on our sites, it doesn't cost you any more. It does benefit us. But anyway, if you're interested in pursuing some research on this is an adjustable generator for healing. Now, there are frequencies for meditation, stress relief, relaxation, yoga, and different sounds that are noted for being helpful to you and to I. And this machine, I've really been thinking about ordering one. Now, it does not come with a speaker. It does not come with some other things. There are some people that are complaining about it. But on it, anyway, it does have a little place there on the board where you can plug in a headset and listen to the frequency. Oh, it is going to change it. My computer's running slow. Well, anyway, you've got to plug it into power. And there are some people that have kind of pissed about this device. Well, now I've lost Amazon altogether. But anyway, that's the device, and it needs some things that you can put to it, and you can experiment with some of these frequencies and see how they affect you. I know I would like to, and if anybody, I want to experiment with it, and if anybody wants to donate $43.99 to us so we can order one, I'll be happy to share this device with other members of the group, and perhaps we can get together and do some research on this thing and see how it works. A couple of us might want to loan it out and see if it improves our sleep overnight and different things in our performance the next day. So anyway, what I want to do is stop sharing here. The next thing I want to go to while we're on the subject of psychic ability is I was looking to find someone, a guest speaker, and I found somebody named Lyn Buchanan, who he is a remote viewer, and he's been with the program for some 35 years. He does remote viewing for the United States military, and he also is right now executive director of a corporation in Alamogordo, New Mexico. And here I'm going to try to go to it right now, and I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to play a little clip for this, and I will share the link so that y'all can watch the whole thing if you like later. I want to share this screen. I want to go full screen on that. Come on, share. And I'm going to play. I've got to put my headset on to hear it. Oh, play.
Hello and welcome. I'm Jeffrey Mishlove. Today we're going to explore controlled remote viewing. With me is Lyn Buchanan. He is the author of The Seventh Sense, Remote Viewing Secrets as Told by a Psychic Spy for the U.S. Military. He is also the executive director of a corporation based in Alamogordo, New Mexico called Problems, Solutions, Innovations. For 8.5 years, he was a member of the remote viewing program run by the U.S. Army at Fort Meade, Maryland, and in fact, was the training officer for that program. Welcome, Lyn.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be here.
It's a pleasure to be with you. And now we're going to focus specifically on this process known as controlled remote viewing. And you have a shirt that says CRV on it, and I see it says describe, don't identify.
That's right. This is one of the things we found out very early on, that the conscious mind uses nouns. The subconscious doesn't. It uses descriptors and symbology and all that. And so we just made the rule, no nouns. Describe. Don't try to tell me what the target is, just describe the target. And we found out that more clarity comes out in the description than if you name it. Also, we found out that a remote viewer, if let's say the subconscious wants to tell you red. All it wants to tell you is that something about the target is red. And so it gives you the symbol of a big fire truck. Your conscious mind says, fire truck, there must be a fire. And it starts building this whole scenario of buildings burning down and all that. All it wanted to tell you was red. And so nouns go to the side. We just put them aside. The subconscious mind will pass information through the body. It doesn't use words. It uses pictures and feelings and emotions and all that. And so we found that, Ingo Schmann, who created controlled remote viewing, found that if you pay attention to your body instead of to your subconscious mind, you'll get the information more clearly. And so he started out by saying, okay, we're going to make a sort of a language. And he gave us 7 things, water and land and such as that. And he said, okay, draw just a minimal graphic representation of water. And everybody generally goes,
so waves.
Wave. Okay, how about land? And just like the wax on, wipe off, he'll do this thousands of times until you become so bored with it, you're not consciously paying attention. He'll say water and your hand goes like this as a knee-jerk reaction. That has trained the body to tell you when there's water. And so then once you get that, he'll say, okay, I have a picture in an envelope here. Describe it. And your hand goes like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you do waves and something with a 90-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
And by that time you've learned, I don't know what's in the envelope, but it's something with water and something that's manufactured.
Mm-hmm.
90-degree angle.
90-degree angle.
He opens the envelope and here's this boat sitting on the ocean.
Uh-huh.
And simple targets like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then over a long period of time, you get more and more complex targets and so on.
So it's never a question of telling anybody how to be psychic.
No, you are psychic.
Yeah.
The controlled remote viewing process is simply a thing where you say, okay, I want to know what's at the target. That's part of you that is already psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Gets the information, passes it back through the body, and of course, after the first stage where you're doing these little lines, you start getting feelings. You start getting, like in a daydream, you start seeing colors. You start smelling smells and all that. But it's all the body. You're paying attention to the body. The body acts as a translator between the subconscious and the conscious.
I see.
It's a martial art.
Uh-huh.
It really is a martial art. Just like, a wax on, wipe off. And because of that, we have never found anybody who can't learn it. And you don't have to be some psychic. And in fact, in the military unit, after I'd been there for a while, they decided, okay, we're going to call Milpersen, Military Personnel Center, and have them give us the first name out of the computer of somebody who needs a new reassignment. We got this woman in named Linda, and she had never had any psychic experience in her life. She didn't believe in it or anything.
Basically selected at random.
Selected at random. She wound up to be one of our best viewers because she could take instruction.
And there are other stories like that, I
Yeah,
know.
a lot of them, yeah.
But some people are obviously more talented than others.
Yes, they are. And many times they will find that it's easier to get the information and report it. But it's also usually harder to train them because they're so, they want to be psychic.
Yeah. So in other words, people who come to you who believe they already are psychic are going to be more difficult to work with.
They're going to be more difficult to work with. And there have been a couple where we just had to get them reassigned and say, you won't give up this woo-woo type stuff. And we're soldiers. We're intelligence collectors. We don't do woo-woo.
Yeah.
And so there were a couple that that probably were good psychics that we just had to say, here's a good reassignment for you.
So when you were read into the remote viewing program at Fort Meade, and then your training began, how long did that training last?
As far as me learning to be an expert master remote viewer,
Yes.
I'll let you know when it happens. I've been in this for, 35 years?
You're still learning.
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
We are absolutely in kindergarten. We're learning secrets of the mind and what the mind can do, and it's just phenomenal. We've just barely scratched the surface. But with the CRV, with the controlled remote viewing, you first learn that wax on, wipe off process.
Now, why do you call it wax on, wipe off?
Because it's all physical. In the movie, the Karate Kid, wax on, wipe off, and one day the master takes a swing at the kid and his hand goes up without thinking. And when you get to where it's such, you've practiced it for so long that the minute your subconscious says there's water at the site, your hand goes like this. That's it. It's it really is a martial art.
I see. And so the idea is to train the instincts.
Train the instincts. And to train the physical body so that it reacts to subconscious information.
Well, okay, now let's use the metaphor of the martial art.
Yeah.
A good martial artist will spend their whole life practicing, but at some point you achieve a brown belt, a black belt. I mean, I would imagine if we're talking martial arts that a talented person can become a black belt in 3 years. I'm guessing.
I would be surprised at that, but yeah. But for the remote viewing, when I went into the unit, they said it's going to take at least 2 years to become proficient. They started working me as a proficient remote viewer after 6 months. Now, when this Linda came into the unit, she took to the training, and I mean, she was a military person. She took to the training. And I think it was about 3 or 4 months before she was working operations. And there's a thing called morphic resonance.
Yes.
And it's often called the 100th monkey theory. I really believe in that. The more people who learn to do this, I think the easier it becomes for more people. And
in other words, there's sort of a pattern in the zeitgeist that people can pick up on.
Yeah. And now we've got people who come for a 3-day class, and at the end of it, they're doing work that we were doing after 6 months. It's been just a phenomenal growth pattern.
In other words, there may be changes going on in the culture as a whole that are making it possible for people to do better and faster work.
That's right, yeah. And the process, though, you do the wax on, wipe off. That's called stage 1.
Okay.
At some point, you get to where you say, oh, there's water. And you say, tell me about the water. Oh, I don't know. And you say, the monitor says, taste, texture, temperature. And the viewer says, oh, tastes salty. Because they get a little salty taste. That's your body giving you the information from the subconscious. And you start describing the water. Then you say, well, tell me about the land. Oh, it feels sandy or something, Tell me about the person. And it grows like that. And you start learning to describe. Then that's stage 2. We get into stage 3 where you sketch. Get into stage 4 where you say, okay, you say the person is tall. Tell me how tall. And as these stages grow that Ingo Schmann made, you get more and more detailed information. By the time you get up to like stage 8, you can draw computer boards. You can draw the floor plans to buildings halfway around the world. We got to the point where we could pretty well read documents that were in safes locked halfway around the world. It's amazing where this goes, but it's a highly structured technique. There's no woo-woo, there's no close your eyes and imagine or anything like that. It's all a uniform military way that gets information from your subconscious out onto a piece of paper where you can hand it to a general and they can,
But let me ask you this question. I have heard the phrase used by one proponent of remote viewing. He calls it military grade remote viewing and implies that it's 100% accurate all
It's
the
not.
time.
No, it's not.
Under the best of circumstances, how accurate would you say it has been?
I kept the database, okay? We had an average of 82.7% accuracy. Now, that's an average.
Yeah.
So that meant that we had 90% accuracy, 95% accuracy, 20% accuracy, you know.
Yeah.
And so the average was that.
Okay, 87.5 is fabulous.
Oh, it is, yeah. You play the stock market with 87.5% accuracy, you're going to make money.
Yeah. But I haven't heard about any remote viewers becoming fabulously wealthy.
No, you won't. We use analogies for a lot of things, and there's the analogy of the gold ring.
Yeah.
You find a gold ring in your backyard. You're going to go tell everybody about it. You dig a little deeper and you find a chest full of gold. Who are you going to tell about it? You're going to keep quiet. And so this is one of the things you hear on the internet, you know, win the lottery, make money, and it will convince everybody that remote viewing works. You start winning the lottery, you're not going to tell people, you know. And so there are a lot of stories and a lot of proof that I know personally from other people who are really doing well at this, and they go silent.
I see.
Yeah. There are a lot of people who are actually doing this for corporations and working professionally at it. And everybody says, oh, show me proof. No, we sign non-disclosure agreements.
Right.
We're not going to tell anybody, you know.
Well, I have heard, though, for example, Joe McMoneagle, who is acknowledged as one of the very best.
He is.
Perhaps the very best remote viewer. I have heard, if I recall correctly, from Ed May, the scientist who works with him and has worked with him for many years, that I think he's put it this way: Joe can be 100% accurate about 10 to 15% of the time.
Wrong.
Okay.
He can be close to 100% accurate 50% of the time. Now, Joe makes no bones about it. 50% of the time, he totally misses the target. I mean, score him at 0. Okay. But when the other 50% of the time, I don't know of anybody who can touch his results. He is fantastically good. And that other 50% of the time, he's very close to 100%. I mean, but as long as you've got humans doing this, you know, those icky humans, they're never perfect.
Well, you know, in my own experience, I think, you know, I learned remote viewing on the civilian side.
Right.
And it was very simple. They told me, you know, of course, I was in this multi-million-dollar research facility, and all of the subtle cues were telling me, you're going to do this.
Right.
Because everybody does.
Everybody does.
And, you know, first time out of the box, it was practically a home run.
Yeah.
But then it kind of dawns on you, wait a second, what have I done here?
And that's when your defenses come up. And it's called the first-timers effect. You have a really high score, but then you have to integrate that into your life, and your score drops.
Yeah.
And if you quit, it never goes back up. But in the military, we had to continue. And we would continue, and then from then on, it's plateau learning. You accept it, your score goes up. Then we start training you, and as you learn more, you go to the next plateau, and so on. And so it was very much plateau learning.
That makes sense.
But you had to accept it into your life. Your life paradigm changes. And all of a sudden you realize, I can do this. And
I'm going to stop it there. Okay, so anyway, that's quite a few minutes of that. We have gone 38 minutes here. think I'll call a halt to it tonight. Pastor Jarrell, would you be so kind as to provide us with a little protection and safety for the duration of the week?
Yes, John. Heavenly Father, thank you that we can come together, opportunity for a virtual, Lord. God, I ask that you keep us well, keep us safe, and keep us blessed, Lord. And when troubles come our way, Lord, that we call on you to get us through each and every one of those things. We ask and pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you for that. Okay, everyone, if you want to find out more about it, I'm going to put in the comments below, not in the comments, but in the notes below, the website that you can go and finish that on remote viewing. I'll also send you some links to the cameras that we talked about, and I'll send you some other information in an email so that you can figure out what's going on here. If you have any comments, be sure and write them in the comments below. We appreciate your comments. If there's videos you would like to see, be sure and let us know so we can create those videos for you. And be sure and subscribe to our channel. It does help us grow, and we've been stagnant for 2 weeks now. We haven't gotten, well, we lost 2 subscribers and we gained 2 back. So we're not growing. We stayed stagnant for the last 2 weeks. And if you're following us in any way, be sure and subscribe to our channel. It does help us grow our subscriber base. And when we get enough subscribers, we're going to get monetized, and it'll help fund our group just a little bit. So we've been doing this for 2 years, and this progress is very slow, but we're very patient. Anyway, good night, everyone. We'll see you Sunday.